as well.
Because, yeah.
Alright, so we're going to do a bit of restorative and yin. So we're going to start with more yin stuff and then work into the restorative. So you need a bolster, brick, 2 short bricks and a long flat block, or your versions of those things if you don't have those things. We're going to start in Sukhasana, easy seated pose. You do not have to be cross-legged. If cross-legged does not work for you, you do not have to be cross-legged at all. But whatever position you choose to sit in, let's just try and really connect and ground into the sit bones and really lengthen up through the spine. So let the shoulders soften down. And imagine there's something on the top of your head, the crown of your head, that's just drawing its way up towards the sky, thereby creating space in the back of your neck and down each and every vertebrae, just creating a little bit more room between them, making yourself nice and tall, creating space in this prana and apana region in the body for us to be able to breathe nice and easy. I'm going to invite you to start to breathe in and out through the nose if you're not already. If for any reason that doesn't work for you today, you know you don't have to. But just take a minute to arrive, feel the ground beneath you. Check in with yourself on a physical level, energetic level. How do you feel today? What's going on for you? And just notice the rhythm of the breath and the quality of your breath. Is it smooth and slow, or is it slightly ragged, uneven? We're not judging here, we're just arriving and noticing. We're going to take a breath pattern where we breathe in twice through the nose and then we exhale out the mouth. Feel free to make as much or as little noise as you want, but the point of the exhale particularly is we're trying to release, we're trying to let go, metaphorically, physically, whatever you need. We want to let go with that exhale. So before we begin that, let's just really tune into the inhale and the exhale, still in and out through the nose. So just breathing in nice and deep. Little pause and then exhaling back out through the nose, let it flow out. Just take a few rounds like this, in through the nose. Little pause. Back out. Last one here. Okay, next time we inhale, we're going to take sort of 2 short inhales. So pause and then out through the mouth. Pause, out through the mouth. You just keep going through that with your own rhythm. Three more. Last one. Let the breath just flow back to a natural rhythm. Back in and out through the nose rather than through the mouth, unless you need to for any reason. Let the breath just settle back to a natural place. And then when you feel ready, just slowly start to bring yourself back into the space around you, perhaps blinking open the eyes. And then we're going to stay in this position, but I'm going to invite you to swap your legs over, because we always put one leg dominant in front of the other, so it's typically the same leg we put in front when we cross. So you might notice now the leg in front, your knee's a bit higher, and that proves my point. It doesn't need to, you just want to be, I want you just to be comfortable, so we're going to just move into some mobilization into the neck now. So stay with that nice tall spine. soft shoulders, length through the torso. And then as you exhale, just slowly bring your chin down towards your chest. How close it gets to your chest is on you and how many chins you've got. But just let it come down. Really feel that lengthening in those top vertebrae at the back of your neck and the top of your spine. Let the weight of the head just add a little bit to that stretch and that lengthening. Slowly start to take your chin across the chest and over to your right shoulder. Gazing over that right shoulder and perhaps maybe turning a little bit more with the neck. It depends on your range of movement in your neck here, so don't force it anywhere that doesn't feel okay. And then perhaps just slightly lifting your chin up towards the sky too, with the head still in the same direction. So we're just stretching out this big muscle along the side of our neck. Platysma and sternocleidomastoid muscles. Thank you, face yoga. And then slowly bring your chin back down towards your right shoulder, back down towards your chest. Let the back of the neck continue to open. Next inhale, take your chin over to the left shoulder. Just find your place there first. Then decide whether there's any range of movement to take it a little bit further. And then maybe take the chin up towards the sky. Slowly bring that chin back down towards your shoulder first, then back down towards your chest. We're going to place our peace fingers on our collarbones and then gently just start to gaze up towards the sky. Bring your chin slowly afterwards. So take the gaze first and then lift the chin up. So the placement of these fingers helps us just stretch along the front of the neck here. Great if you're trying to get rid of a double chin, triple chin, whatever chin. And again, we're going to turn to the right. Keep the chin up towards the sky and just turn the head over towards the right. Back towards your center. Keep lifting the chin and then over to the left. And then back towards the center. Slowly just let the head come into a neutral space. Release the hands down. And then we're going to take the right ear towards the right shoulder. Don't lift the shoulder up, just let the ear come towards the shoulder. Option here if you want to place the right hand just on the side of the head, but we're not using it to pull, we're just adding a little bit of gravity here. Further option, take the left arm out at a diagonal and flex into the wrist. Do not have to take any of these other options if you're happy with just the ear towards the shoulder. Okay, if you've got the arm out, then just slowly bring the arm back down. If you've got the hand on your head, slowly bring your hand back down. And then start to just neutralize the neck back up. We're going to take that on the other side. So left ear towards left shoulder. Try not to lift the shoulder. Let that stretch happen in the neck. First option is left hand placing on the side of the head, just adding a little bit of weight, but we're not pulling. And then additional option is right arm extends up to a diagonal and we flex into the wrist. Okay, release the right arm, release the left arm, slowly bring the head back up towards the center. And then we're just going to tilt the head back, lift the chin, no fingers on collarbones, just open into the front of the chest and the neck. Slowly exhale, bring it back all the way down towards your chest. Okay, return back to neutral. Just shrug out into your shoulders, right and left, whatever feels comfy for you. Then we're going to come into a twist. So we're going to just place the left hand, down behind you or to the side, wherever feels comfortable. The reason we're using the hand here is just to keep that extension, that length into the spine. Right arm's going to reach up. Lengthen through your torso first, and then as you exhale, start to twist it towards your left knee and place your right hand onto your left thigh. Draw that right shoulder back and the left shoulder back. So you're squeezing your shoulder blades together and you're rotating through the torso. This rotation comes from lots of places, not just the abdomen. Sides of the body, collarbones, chest, shoulders. Try and see if you can feel that rotation in all those spaces and still be able to breathe nice and easy. Okay, we're going to slowly start to just exhale and rotate back in towards the center. Let the hands just come down either side of you. Just take a pause there. Going to the other side, so right hand, place it behind you to the side of you wherever works. Left hand, inhale, lift it up, lengthen through the torso first. Exhale, you turn towards that right leg and then let the left hand come down onto that right thigh. Explore the rotation here in this side of the body, keeping the spine nice and tall, shoulders soft, drawing down the back of the body. Well done. Next exhale, just rotate back to the center. Just find a neutral space. We're going to take a shoulder opener with the arms. So we're going to bring the right arm directly up in front. Left arm connects on top, so the elbow point and the inside of the elbow connect. Cross over your forearms. And you may find your hands connect, the back of your hands connect, maybe they don't at all. Just try and connect the forearms, that's the important part. Drop the shoulders, lift the elbows. Oh, nice. Keep lifting your elbows higher and higher. And let the shoulder blades come down and back.
What was it?
So connect the bottom of one elbow to the inside of the other elbow and then cross at your forearms. So you might need to let one elbow come forward a little bit. Yeah. And then lift your elbows up. That's it. So you want to feel this in between the shoulder blades at the top of your back. Option, stay here or hinge at your hips. Keep the elbows high and fold your body forwards. Try not to round too much. I say that you are rounding because of the position of your arms, but keep lifting the elbows up. You don't have to take this if it doesn't feel right for you. Keep drawing navel in towards spine. On your next inhale, lift all the way back up. Exhale, unravel your arms, take a little shoulder roll. All right, other side. So left arm comes out first this time. Right arm goes on top. Cross it over. Lift. That feels like the same way to me. Is it the same way? I must have done it the wrong way around. Okay, as long as you're on the opposite side to where you were before, so you've got a different arm on top of the underneath arm. Can you not feel it? Okay, that probably means you're on the right side. Alright, so keep lifting the elbows, dropping the shoulder blades. Feel that stretch between the shoulder blades. Option to fold it forward if you want. Hinge at the hips, draw the navel to the spine, but keep lifting the elbows. Inhale brings you back up. Exhale, unravel. Shoulder roll. Alright, little side bend now, just coming into some lateral flexion into the spine. So left hand comes down, right arm reaches up. Left hand is to the side of your left thigh, right arm is reaching tall. Let's create some length in the side of the body here. Breathe it in, reach long, and then exhale, lean over towards that left side, but reach with the fingertips rather than try and just dump down into that left side of the body. So we really want to open the right side of the body through length. So reach those right fingertips as far away from you as you can. Try not to twist them round forward with the body, keep the chest open, the collarbones open, and reach those fingertips away. Don't forget to breathe. Inhale, bring it back up. Both arms to the sky, we're going to swap it over. Right hand comes down to the side. Inhale, left arm, reach and lengthen. Exhale, bend it over towards the right. Creating length in the left side of the body. Keep the right shoulder down. It's not about how close to the ground you get, how much you bend your elbow. It's about how much length you can make in the side of your body. Inhale, bring it back up. Right arm comes to meet left. Interlace your fingers. press the palms up towards the sky. Try and draw the shoulder blades down the back of the body and push away with the hands. Make the spine nice and long. We're going to take another side bend here. So we're going over to the left first. Right side is lengthening, left side is slightly closing. Keep pushing the palms away. Inhale back to center. Exhale other side. Good stuff. Bring it back to the center. Release the hands out. Take a little shrug into your shoulders. All right, we're going to come over onto our hands and to our knees. So hands come underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. We're just going to take some mobilization into the hips, wrists, knee joints. So as you inhale, take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, left butt comes towards left heel, right butt to right heel, bring it forwards. So you're kind of going in a bit of a circular motion, but taking it down to the left first, over to the right, coming forward. 2 more of these. Last one to the left, then we're going to change direction. So you come back to all fours, and then it's over to the right first, then left, then back up. Good stuff, guys. 2 more of these. Last one here, right and left, and back up to all fours. Tuck your toes. Press your hips back towards your heels. Splay the fingers out and really press down into your hands. We're going to lift into a downward dog, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. So we just inhale first, and then exhale, start to lengthen out through the legs. Use the legs to create the space. Press down the heels towards the back of the mat. Soft bend into the knees, hips lift up towards the sky. Push up and out of your wrists, your hands. Use the ground beneath your palms to really push away, lengthening the spine all the way up to the hips, and the hips all the way down to the heels. On your inhale, you're going to start to walk your feet towards your hands. Bend your knees as much as you need to. We end up in an Uttanasana forward fold at the top of the mat. Let the head release, hips lift. Take an inhale, start to lengthen into the spine first, then reach all the way up towards the sky. Take the arms up to Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, let the hands come down. All right, inhale, reaching those arms back up. Exhale, Uttanasana fold all the way down. You're going to inhale and come halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. And then as you exhale, you're going to step your left leg back, like you're coming into Warrior 2. So you want the left foot parallel with the short edge of the mat, the right foot parallel with the long edge of the mat. Front knee is bent at the moment. Bring your right hand in front of that right foot. We're going to come up into Trikonasana, so you may want to use a brick. So right hand is to the instep of your right foot. Just bring the left hand and place the knuckles on your lower back for now. Take an inhale, straighten into your front leg. As you exhale, really start to turn that left shoulder back, open across your collarbones, and lengthen into the side of your body. So imagine your upper body is over that front leg, or try and get your upper body over that front leg. Push up and out of the feet. Think about the length you were creating in your body in those side bends. We're looking to create similar space here. This left arm, keep it where it is, or if you wish, you can extend it up towards the sky, stacking shoulder blade over shoulder blade, so the arms are running parallel to each other. If you feel you're able to get more openness and space with the left hand behind you, keep it there. We've got 2 more breaths here, guys. Tuck the butts under, lengthen into the side of the body. So everybody's butt move then, well done. On your next exhale, let's bend into the front knee and take your hands either side of your front foot. You're going to rotate around that back foot so your toes face towards the top of the mat, and we're going to shift it to Parsvottanasana. So you're going to need to bring that back foot in slightly. You may need to widen your stance, depends on your balance today. Again, you're welcome to use 2 bricks underneath each hand here. Let's lengthen through the body, lengthen through the from the hips all the way to the crown of the head. Make the spine nice and long and parallel to the mat beneath you. Slightly draw your right hip back and your left hip forward, so we can try and be as kind of equal as we can in the pelvis despite being asymmetrical in the legs. Stay in this halfway point, or if you wish, you can start to fold your upper body down towards your front leg if that feels okay for you. Keep equally distributing the weight into the feet. If you're folding down, let the head relax. Let the weight of your head just help out make some space in the spine. If you fold it down, use your inhale to lift yourself back up to halfway. And then you're going to step your left foot back to meet your right as you breathe in. And you're going to exhale and fold all the way down to Uttanasana. You're going to inhale, lengthen all the way up. Reach the hands up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, let those hands come down. We're going to take that the other side. So breathe it in, reach it up. Exhale, Uttanasana, folding forwards. Inhale, halfway. As you exhale, fold back down. Take the right foot back this time. Rotate the foot around so the right foot is parallel to the back of the mat and the left foot is at the front. Shift that left hand to the inside of your left foot. Grab a brick if you want to have a brick here. On your inhale, you're going to straighten into that left leg. We're going to bring that right hand to the lower back. Just place the knuckles there. And then draw that right shoulder back. So we start to really turn those ribs up towards the sky, open into the body. Find your place here first. So think about the placement of your hips, your upper body, the weight distribution in your feet, your hands. If you wish, you can take that right arm up towards the sky, so it's parallel to that left. But if it means that you close down into the body a bit, then keep the hand on your lower back. We're here for 2 more breaths. Take this as an opportunity for Svadhyaya, exploration into the body, to the breath. Stay present in your practice. Alright guys, next time you arrive at an exhale, bend into your front knee. Take both hands either side of your front foot and then rotate around that back foot so your both sets of toes are facing the same way. Coming into Parsvottanasana, so you're just going to step the back foot in slightly. Maybe widen your stance, it's up to you. You're welcome to have 2 bricks underneath your 2 hands at the front. So we want the upper body parallel with the mat, pressing weight into both sets of heels and balls of toes. And then just slightly draw the right hip forward, the left hip back. Try and get a bit of balance in the pelvis as best you can. Option to exhale and fold the upper body down towards your front leg if you wish. You do not have to do this, but if you do, let the head release like you do in Uttanasana. Let the spine make some space. If you fold it forward, use your inhale to lift yourself back up to halfway. And then with your exhale, step your right foot back to meet your left and fold it into an Uttanasana at the top of the mat. From here, inhale, start to lengthen. Let's come all the way up to stand. Arms overhead, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, let the hands come down. Inhale, sweep and reach it up. Exhale, fold it all the way back down, Uttanasana. Inhale, come halfway. Exhale, fold back down. Take both legs back and the knees down. So you come back to a kneeling position. I'm going to face you so you can see what I'm doing. We're going to come into gate pose from here. So we're going to keep the left knee underneath the left hip and we're going to extend the right leg out to the side. So the sole of your right foot comes onto the ground. And try not to sort of shift the weight over. We want to keep that left knee and hip in line as best we can. Alright, so now we're going to move the hands. Move your left hand to the side of your left knee. And as you inhale, sweep your right arm up towards the sky, perhaps alongside your ear on the right if that feels okay. Keep pressing down into the sole of that right foot, or the ball joints in the heel of your right foot. And we're still going for that length, guys. Make space in the side of your body. Like you've been doing already, perhaps you're finding more. Notice if there's a lot of weight going through this left arm, and if there is, you need to lift the upper body a little bit more. Okay, Next time you arrive at an exhale, sweep that right hand down towards the ground. Bring your left hand to meet it, and your right knee comes back. We're back into our 4-point kneeling, and we're going to take it on the other side. So breathe it in, extend the left leg out, press down into the ball joints and the heel of your left foot. Right hand to the side of the right knee. Inhale sweeps the left arm up, maybe your head or alongside your ear if that feels better for you. Push up and out of that right hand and that right arm. Good stuff. Exhale, sweep that left hand down, bring the right hand back to meet it, left knee back to meet right. I'm going to take that one more time with an option if you want to. So right leg extend out, press the sole of the foot down, left hand out to the side of the left knee, right arm sweeps up, straight up above you or alongside your ear. Option to lift the right leg up too if you wish. We're still going for length here, so if you are taking that right leg out, really press out through the sole of your foot and away with those right fingertips. One last option, if you want to take it, is you bend into that right knee, you reach down with your right hand, press the top of your right foot into the palm of your hand, open into your heart and your chest. This music's like we're in some kind of horror circus thing. I'm not loving it. Okay, slowly release whatever you had, place the right foot down, place the right hand down, return back to 4-point kneeling. We're going to take that other side, so left foot comes out, place the foot down onto the ground, secure that first, then right hand to the side, left arm sweeps up, either pointing up to the sky or alongside your ear. Find your place here first, and then if you want to, you can lift that left leg up, pressing the sole of the foot away and reaching those left fingertips nice and long. I will change it in a minute. When you're ready, if you want to take that additional option, then you bend into the left knee. You place the palm of the left hand on top of the left foot. You push the foot into your hand, open into your chest. Well done. Exhale, release it all back down nice and slowly. Foot first, then hand. Other hand comes to meet it. We're back in all fours. Let's place the big toes together, take the knees nice and wide, press it back into a balasana, child's pose. Hips all the way back towards those heels, upper body softening down towards the ground. Try and find some space and release in your shoulders as best you can. If that means taking your hands back towards your feet, then do that. Music changed for us, that was nice a bit, wasn't it? Okay, so we're going to come in to thread the needle from balasana. So left palm stays on the ground. Right hand, start to lift it up towards the sky, and you're twisting out into the right side of your body here. Or left side is twisting, right side is opening, whichever way you want to look at it. On your exhale, you're going to thread that right hand down through and underneath your left armpit, placing the right shoulder and the side of your head on the right on the ground. Option to leave the left hand where it is, or perhaps bring it to your lower back or even to your right thigh. Just add a little bit more twist into the pose. Breathe here, nice and deep breaths. Perhaps feel the shape change in those ribs. 2 more breaths. Okay, on your next inhale, reach that left hand back to the top if it's not, and then start to press up and out, reaching the right arm back up to the sky first, and then exhale, release it down. Take 2 breaths in this neutral Pratyukayasana counter pose of Balasana. Alright, when you arrive at your next inhale, it's right palm stays connected, left arm starts to lift up, open into the left side, twist out into the right. Exhale, left hand down and underneath that right armpit. The left side of your shoulder and the left side of your head connect down to the ground. Still pressing those hips back towards the heels. Right hand stays on the mat, or perhaps you sweep it up and over to lower back and left thigh. You choose what feels right for you. Remember, we're different on each side. One side may feel more accessible than the other. Alright, nice deep inhale, reach that right hand back to the mat if it's not already. Keep the inhale going as you sweep that left arm up towards the sky. Exhale, place that left hand back down and release the upper body down towards the mat. Take a few breaths in Balasana. So try and change this music. Find your breath in this pose. You're in a nice still pose that's good for stress, release, comfort, all of that good stuff, so utilize it. Alright guys, when you feel ready, you're going to breathe in. You're going to start to bring the hands towards you, press down into the palms, lift up into the hips, bring the knees back underneath your shoulders. We're going to tuck the toes, we're going to press the hips back towards the heels, we're going to lift into the legs, come back into that Ardha Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. We press the heels down towards the mat and the hips up towards the sky, so you can feel that lengthening in the back of your legs. And then from the hips and the crown of the head, make as much space and length as you can. Let the head be soft, relaxed. Soft bend into those knees. Keep lifting those hips that little bit more. When you next inhale, you're going to walk your hands towards your feet, bend the knees as much as you need to, coming into Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, start to lengthen all the way up towards the sky. And then exhale, come down. I'm going to take one more set of side bends just in this standing position. I'm going to turn this way so you can see what I'm doing. So, choice with feet is either in Samasthiti, your feet come together, or your all joints come together and your heels are slightly apart. Check in with a neutral pelvis, nice and tall through the spine. Inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky. Right hand comes around left wrist. Breathe it in and lengthen, and then exhale, start to just lean over to that right side, lengthening into the left side of the body, but we're still trying to stay long. So reach up with the hands and the fingers and the arms and long into the spine. Try to keep the weight equal in both sets of feet. Inhale, come back up to the center, swap it over. Left hand around right wrist, breathe it nice and tall. Exhale, start to lean over to that left side. Keep pressing down into the right foot as much as the left. Try not to twist out into the hips and the pelvis. Next inhale brings you all the way back up, and exhale folds you back down into Uttanasana. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold back down, take the knees down to the ground, and just press yourself back into a kneeling position. We want to grab hold of our bolsters. And we're going to bring them alongside the body because we're going to come into Paschimottanasana, which is a forward fold. It's basically the same as Uttanasana, but you're doing it in a different plane. So the legs are going to come out in front of you. You can have a soft bend into these knees, you can have them higher up off the ground, you could put a blanket under your knees, whatever's going to feel right for you. And the bolster's going to come on top of the legs. So my first recommendation is that you check the position of your sit bones, make sure they're really grounded on the mat, and you've got a nice length into the spine and the upper body before you go anywhere. You need to defer the bolster. Okay, you may not want to have a bolster on your lap, and if you don't want to, that's absolutely fine. I'm going to just demonstrate without the bolster so you can see the positioning I'm taking with the body. So we're hinging at the hips, keeping tall throughout the spine, and just folding the upper body forwards towards the legs or towards the bolster. I'm not doing this, because why would you? We want to stay really nice and long. So if the bolster helps you stay long, then by all means, use the bolster. Try not to hold on to stuff with your hands because that immediately rounds the back and the shoulders. But if you need to do that just to get your length and then release it, then by all means feel free to do so. Perhaps you rest your head on your bolster, perhaps you don't. I'm going to time this now because we're coming into the more restorative element of the practice. So let's make ourselves really nice and tall first, and then with the exhale we just start to hinge, fold forward, like
I said, you can bend into those knees as much as you need to. Just make sure the sit bones are nice and connected, the upper body is nice and long, the back of the legs are nice and long. It's not about whether you can make contact with bolsters or legs or whatever it is, it's about how long you can make that space from the coccyx all the way to the crown of your head. If you feel like the bolster's getting in your way, then by all means ditch it. I don't like a bolster in this one myself. Here I come. Well coordinated with the leggings. Now, an effort that's gone on.
Big coincidence.
Oh, take it.
I'm sorry, yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, it took me hours to
Yeah.
plan this. Guys, just here for about another 30 seconds or so. You know that if you want to come out prior to that, you can do. Otherwise, just stay with it. See if you found any more space anywhere in the body, and that might be different places for different people. Perhaps you can feel the abdomen against the thighs as you breathe if the bolster's not there. Alright, slowly breathing in, let's come up nice and easy. As a counter pose, let's just take the soles of the feet together, come into back Konasana. How close you bring onto your body is completely up to you, but let's just lengthen back up through that torso again. Let the legs come wide. Okay, next restorative, we're going to come into Upavishta Konasana, which is wide leg forward fold. So I'm going to demonstrate this from the side again, and then you choose what option is going to work best for you. So the first thing we do is take the legs wide, check in with the sit bones again. So you want to try and invite a bit more of an anterior tilt into your pelvis rather than a posterior, because if you posteriorly tilt, your pubic bone is going to tilt up towards the sky and you're going to round through the spine. So you want to tilt that pubic bone down towards the ground. How wide your legs are is completely up to you, and as before, you can have a soft bend in the knees if that feels more comfortable. So option one with the bolster is that you have it on its end. My suggestion is you don't have the zip end or the handle end to your head. And then how close it is to your body is going to depend on your range of movement, but we fold forward at the hips, keeping that length in the spine, and we just take the weight out of the head and let the head rest on that bolster. Hands be wherever feels comfortable for you. If you feel you're rounding in your shoulders, perhaps bring them behind you. Help keep that length in the torso. If you feel you've got a bit more range of movement today and you want to fold forward onto that bolster, still try and keep the shoulders nice and soft and the spine nice and long. I'm going to be here for a little while, so just take the opportunity to get yourself into a place where you can do that. And we want to open into the adductors, the insides of the legs, the groins, perhaps a little in the back of the legs, but certainly into the spine and across the front of the chest. It's just the way the body is. Yeah. Keep exploring that length in the back of the body. And you want to invite those legs to really soften. If you feel that they're tightening up, then what can you do to get them to relax a little bit? Because we want to start to access connective tissue and fascia, and if the muscles are really switched on, we won't be able to get to those spaces in the body. So just explore how you can invite the muscles to switch off a little, Take a load off while still keeping that length in the body. And of course the breath nice and slow. You'll be here for probably about 1 more minute. You know, if you need to come out prior to that, you can. Otherwise, maybe use this last minute to really just tune into the breath and invite that sense of space into the body. Whatever that means for you tonight. Hold on 30 more seconds here. Alright, we're going to start to come out, so just gently remove the bolster, keep the spine long. Perhaps place your hands underneath the thighs just to lift those legs back in. And as a counter pose, maybe just lay onto the back and just hug your knees in towards your chest. Maybe take a rock out side to side. Whatever feels good for you. Just take this as an opportunity to just let the effects of the pose just settle into the body. When you're ready, we're going to come back up to a seat. We're going to come into a side twist with the bolster. So let's have the bolster parallel with the long edges of the mat. And let's all go the same way, just so it's easier. Right hip is going to come up to the end of your bolster. Have your bolster parallel with the long edges of your mat towards me. So this way, and then turn your body so that your hip is here. It's just going to make it easier for you. Alright, so what you do with your legs, guys, you've got options. So you might want to just stack your knees on top of each other, maybe have the shins parallel with the mat. Or you can keep the bottom leg in that position and then just take the top leg back so that your hip and your knee are now in line and your shin is parallel with the bottom of the mat. So right leg, thigh parallel with the top of the mat, shin parallel with the side. Left leg, thigh parallel with the side of the mat, shin parallel with the bottom. That's it. Awesome. Alright, so we're going to take the hands either side of the bolster, so we're already coming into a twist here. Let's make ourselves nice and long first of all. Check whether this leg position works for you, because if it doesn't feel right here already, perhaps you need to bring that top leg in a little bit. Lengthen up through the torso on your inhale, and with an exhale we're going to slowly just soften the body down onto the bolster, releasing the arms. Palms face up, we'll take the hands behind you, whatever works. Try and soften into the face, all the way down to your toes. Do whatever you need to do to find a place of comfort. That means shifting body parts with the bolster, or whatever you need to do, then do it. Head could be to one side or face down, whatever feels more comfortable. We'll be here for probably 2 to 3 minutes each side. So do whatever you need to do to really stay present during that time and invite that sense of space and release into the body. Find your breath, stay with it. Notice where you feel the breath in the body. Perhaps you feel your ribs pressing against the bolster as you inhale and expand, and slowly drawing away as you exhale and release. Think about that breath practice that we did at the beginning, really getting rid and letting go of what no longer serves us. These still moments are equally an opportunity to do that too. Tuning into your breath and releasing with the exhale. Stay with it, guys. Stay with that breath. Stay with that sense of stillness and releasing into the body. Let the weight of the body really sink down into the bolster. Let your body be held. And then let every cell and tissue and fibre let go. Anytime your mind wanders away, just invite it back with kindness to rest on the breath. Alright, we're going to slowly start to breathe in, bring the hands back underneath the shoulders. And then just start to lift the torso away from the bolster. Turn your body back around so you're turning away from the bolster towards your legs. Bring your hands either side of your body and just turn yourself onto your sit bones with the knees up towards the sky. Maybe just drape the body over the legs. And then we're going to go the other way. So the left knee is going to come down towards the ground, so your left thigh is parallel with the top of your mat, and your left shin is parallel with the long edge of your mat. Same options as before, so you can have right leg on top of left if that feels better, or you take the right leg back so that your right knee and hip are in line, and your thigh is parallel with your left shin, and your right shin is parallel with the end of your mat. Bolster comes up against that left hip. Hands on either side of the bolster, so we're starting the twist. Let's inhale and lengthen first, and then let the exhale release the body down. Choose the position with your head that works, a position with your shoulders that works. Make sure those legs feel like they can really relax in the placement that you have them. And then surrender down to the props beneath you. The ground, the mat, the bolster. If you're feeling in your shoulders, turn the palms up or take the hands back. See if you can really invite a sense of letting go across the whole entire body. The bolster is there to support and hold you, so your body is safe to let go. Follow the rhythm of your breath, the shape change created by your breath and your body, the soothing rhythm of the breath as it flows in and flows out. And with the exhale, invite a sense of kindness and humility into your mind and body. Be here for about another 30 seconds or so. Stay in the present, in the now. We can't get stuck in the present. We can in the past and the future. See if you can find another level of softness, another level of letting go and releasing into the body and the mind. Okay, we're going to start to come back out of this pose now. So when you find your next inhale, just place those hands underneath the shoulders. Lift the torso up, away from the bolster. And the same as we did before, just turn your body back around towards your legs, away from the bolster. Bring the knees up towards the sky. And this time we're just going to windscreen work with the legs. So take the feet a little wider. And then as you exhale, both knees come down to one side in the same direction. Inhale, bring them back up. Exhale over to the other side. Doesn't matter which side you go, just let the hips mobilize. Let the legs be heavy as you release them down. We're going to take 2 more, so there's 1 more each side. And then once you finish that, you might want to turn around. We're going to come onto our backs and we're going to take Supta Baddha Konasana. So you've already taken Baddha Konasana. This time we're going to take it laying down. So let's come into it with our backs first and then change the position of our legs. So lay the torso down onto the ground. Make sure there's plenty of length in the back of the neck. The position of your arms is really up to you, whatever's going to be comfortable for you. And then slowly start to bring the feet perhaps slightly closer towards the body. And then just turn onto the sides of your feet so the soles of your feet can connect together, meaning your knees come out to the side and your hips begin to open. And then invite a sense of heaviness into those legs. So they're almost trying to touch the mat beneath you. This is our final posture before we come into Shavasana, so really start to tune back inwards if you've come out. Connecting with the breath if you've disconnected. And inviting the body to really start to slow and soften. If you find it helpful to place a hand on your tummy and a hand on your heart to connect with the breath, by all means do. Just make sure you keep your elbows supported so the arms aren't suspended in the air. Breath in through the nose, out through the nose. Taking in what you need and letting go of what you don't. Be here for about another 30 seconds or so, and then we're going to come into our Shavasana. Should you wish to stay in this posture for your Shavasana, you're welcome to do so. Otherwise, we're slowly going to just bring the hands underneath the bottom of the thighs and just use them to press the legs back up towards each other. And then extend the legs down the mat. And just take the feet apart, let the ankles soften and relax. Again, the placement of your hands is on you. Typically, palms up helps us relax more. And then begin to invite that softness into the body from the crown of your head all the way down to your toes. We're going to reconnect with the breath, and then we're going to scan through the body. Feel that breath in the abdomen, in the chest, in the ribs. Feel them all just gently rise and fall with that breath in and out. And then take your awareness down towards your toes. The pads of your toes, your toenails, the tops of your toes, and the spaces in between your toes. Invite them to relax. And then invite that sense of relaxation into the balls of the feet, and the soles of your feet, into the heels of your feet. Gently wrapping around the tops of your feet now. So from your ankles to your toes and below your feet, it's completely soft, relaxed. And then that softness travels around your ankles, your calves, your shins, reaching to the backs of your knees. Gently softening into the ligaments and the joint of your knee and across your kneecap. Wrapping around the tops of your thighs and the backs of your thighs. Inviting every tissue and muscle to just soften and relax. Reaching the hips and the pelvis, across your abdomen and around your lower back. Invite space into your rib cage and your waist. Feel the contact of your rib cage with the earth below. And then softening across the top of your back and the middle of your back. Gently wrapping across the chest, left and right, collarbones and sternum. Take your awareness to the back of your neck and just follow it all the way down to the base of your spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. And then breathe it all the way back up to your neck. Softening across your shoulders, the tops of your arms, the crease of your elbows and your forearms and wrists. Palm, the fingers, and the backs of your hands. Breathing in from those fingertips all the way back up to those soft shoulders. And releasing into the neck, the back and the sides and the front of your throat. Let that softness wrap around the back of the head and across the skull, softening your forehead, the tiny muscles around your eyes, across your cheeks, the bridge of your nose to the tip of your nose and the muscles around your mouth. Let the jaw release, making space between your teeth and letting your tongue just rest in your mouth. From the crown of your head all the way down to the very tips of your toes, relax. Let go of what no longer serves you. Breathing in the nourishment you need. You're slowly going to start to invite some gentle movement into fingers and toes. If your soles of feet are still together, just extend the legs away down the mat. Let the legs lengthen out, release into those hips. And then invite some gentle movement into the fingers, into the toes, maybe the wrists, maybe the ankles. And then you're slowly going to roll over onto one side. Take a breath there with your arms supporting your head underneath. And once you finish that breath, bring yourself up to a comfortable seat. Take your time, move slowly. If
keep the gaze lowered or the eyes closed. Invite you to connect your palms together in Anjali Mudra and bring them to your heart space. Then just gently draw your chin back down to your chest, how we began the practice. Take a nice deep breath in. Just offer a moment of gratitude to you for taking the time to come to this practice and doing what's right by you and your body today. Namaste. It happens.